To grow in our career, in our work, in our life, we have to be proactive. And one of the things that we can do to know whether we are really proactive or not is to assess ourselves, our behaviors, reflect on them, and see how we behave in certain situations. What is the mindset that we carry, and how do we approach when we are faced with a situation or a problem, so that we can assess ourselves honestly and see where we lack and try to take actions to improve on them. So what are those questions that can help? Trying to answer them will help us, assessing ourselves is what we are going to look into in this video. And our first question is, do you often take the lead in tasks and projects without being asked? So basically what happens is many people will do certain things only when they are asked to do it. Because, for multiple reasons they think that no, it is not my responsibility or it is not my purview. Why should I do it? It will take more effort and time from me. What is the recognition that I am going to get by doing it? Only when we are asked to do it by our manager or supervisor or whoever that would be, we will do certain things. But let's say there is a crisis or a problem which is going on in work. Do you go to the manager or whoever concerned and say, I have some time, I have some extra time where I can lend my helping hand and I can contribute? Do you often do that, or you just wait for instructions from someone else? So that will give you certain ideas. And just think about in past few months, have you done anything like that where you are not asked to do something but you have done it from yourself? Do you take that lead to do it? That question slightly gives the hint whether you are being proactive at work or not. Do you actively seek solutions when faced with challenges, or do you wait for someone else to solve the problem? So, whenever there is a problem, it often, you won't, unless it is required to be done from your side or somebody asks you to do it, you won't go and actually try to figure out a solution for it, right? So do you often do that, or you take some interest in trying to see if you can come up with some solution, or if you can coordinate with other people to see if we can collectively come up with some solution or can handle these things in a different way? So that will also give some clue. Now the third question is, do you plan your tasks and projects in advance, setting goals and deadlines to achieve them? So most of what happens is, unless you plan your work well, you set your goals and do certain things properly, most of the time you will not manage the time well, and you will be burdened with so much work and other things that you will not have any time left over to do certain things extra. So this planning part is very essential to be structured and do well in career as well as in life. So if we do that regularly, properly and methodically, it's an indication that you are being proactive about those things. But if it is not, there is some opportunity for improving on that front. Fourth question, are you good at managing your time and priorities, ensuring your focus on important tasks and avoid procrastination? More related to the planning aspect only, but it's also related to your ability to focus on the important tasks, prioritizing them, and ensuring that your focus is on the important tasks. Because most of the times, the things that you have to do to grow and make an impact are not the things which are there in your task list. Just understand that part a little bit more. The things that you want to do and have to do to grow and make an impact are not necessarily the tasks that are in your task list. Because what happens is your task list is filled with say 10 tasks or 20 tasks to do, but not necessarily majority of them will add a lot of value to your career or your learning or your growth. But there may be certain things, if you do, can help you grow, help your growth in your career or yourself as an individual. Those things, if you prioritize and add into your overall tasks by prioritizing other tasks as well, that will help. Now the fifth question is, do you anticipate potential issues and take preventive measures, or do you react only when the problems arrive? Because many people, if you are not very much thoughtful as well as anticipate what could go wrong, etc., things eventually fail sometimes. And only if you are proactive in trying to figure out what could go wrong and be ready to face such situations, you will be much better prepared and can handle those situations well. Are you continuously seeking to learn and improve your skills, even if it is not directly related to your current role? Even though the world is changing, new technologies are coming, the way we work, the way we live, everything is changing, and change is the only constant, as we know. So it is imperative that we have to continuously upgrade yourselves, learn new technologies, learn new skills, learn new relevant skills, explore opportunities, try and learn something, fail, learn from it. See, all of that, unless you have that curiosity as well as mindset to learn and grow, it won't happen. So you check yourself, assess yourself. Are you learning something new? In the past 6 months, what did you learn new? In the past 6 months of 1 year, have you taken any action to learn something new skill or whatever it may be, something new which is an opportunity for yourself to grow? So that will give you an indication as to whether are you on the right path, and if it is not, take a moment to see, are there any opportunity for you to take up some certifications, for example. It would be hard, it will take some time, but it might help you to grow as well. Or can you join some classes for learning some new technology or a skill or some soft skill, for example? Or is there some opportunity for you to be part of some groups where you can share your ideas, exchange thoughts, and grow together with the collaboration? So there are so much things we can do. Is there an opportunity for us to do that, or have you done that in the past 1 year or so? That will give an indication, are you being proactive in certain sense or not? Do you communicate your ideas, concerns, and suggestions clearly and confidently? This is very essential in all aspects, but if you are proactive, you tend to communicate these things very clearly. And if you are not, you are holding back on something, and probably you are responding or communicating only when you are asked to do. So certain things like communicating be it through with email or verbally through a conversation, it's all depends on how exactly you are communicating. Are you doing it concisely, clearly, and even when you are not asked to, you're making sure that the other people are aware of certain things. It's also slightly a part of selling yourself well, in the sense that you are sharing your ideas, accomplishments, so that people are aware, and you're also showcasing your abilities and skills, right? So that also is an indication. Now the ninth one, do you take ownership of your tasks and projects, being accountable for the outcomes, both positive and negative? So this is something very fundamental one, where you have to own your tasks, you have to take responsibility of your tasks. And when something goes wrong, and it's life, and it will go wrong sometimes, do you take the ownership? And whenever it is gone fine, everybody takes that credit, and when the positive outcome is there, everybody is ready to accept, yes, I did this. But when it has not gone well, do you take the responsibility of it and make sure that you correct it, and take that as a challenge, and see that where the learning opportunities were there, and how you can incorporate it in your future? So when you do that, not only it shows your ability to own certain things, it also gives the impression for everybody to see that come what may, they can trust you, and the responsibility can be given to you. So that proactiveness that you have shown to ensure that you have taken everything to closure by owning it completely, irrespective of the outcome, it shows the confidence people can bring with you. So that also shows, have you done that in the last 6 months or 1 year? It gives an indication as to see whether you have been proactive or you are shying away from your responsibility in certain cases. It's all up to you to honestly measure yourself, so you know how your behavior and mindset has been. And the last one, the 10th one, do you actively build professional relationships and networks, seeking opportunities for collaboration and growth? This is so much important, the networking and collaboration with other people. However, most of the times we neglect it as to why it is needed. I mean, it will come up with its own challenges and responsibilities. Once you start interacting with lot and lot of people, they will also ask for your help. Your time will go in that, and so much more happens. So people tend to not go beyond whatever they are comfortable and stay within their comfort zones. Then they don't expand their network, and they stuck in their own small sized network around them. But without realizing that, the more you have good network, good useful genuine network with a lot of people, more power comes to you and more opportunities comes your way, and you will also grow in your career and life. It's not so intuitive, but then it actually opens up a lot more opportunity, and especially in the times of hardships, it helps a lot. People who can really help you, if you are there, if you have them in your network, it greatly helps you in times of hardship. And all of these things come only when you expand your network proactively by collaborating and having a good relationship and networking skills with a lot of the people. So all these things show to certain extent these 10 questions whatever we have gone through. Honestly, if you assess how has been your behavior in the last 6 months or 1 year or 2 years, or generally how it is, and also as you go through these 10 questions, check how your mindset has been honestly. Then you figure out, okay, on the scale of let's say 1 to 10, how much you are proactive and how much you are not. And it's not for any publishing or anything, but then if you know yourself not proactive in certain cases and certain situations, it also will indicate what you can do to try to be more proactive in those situations and areas, so that you grow yourself in those areas. So I hope these questions really nudges you to think and reflect on yourself a little bit more carefully and honestly, and helps you in figuring out next path or next steps to do some improvements in the areas where you lack.